Problem 50. A helium neon laser beam has a wavelength in air of 633 nanometers. It takes 1.38 nanoseconds for the light to travel through 30 centimeters of an unknown liquid. What is the wavelength of the laser beam in the liquid? Also, lasers in Star Wars make no sense at all. Like, you can see them traveling through the air, which means they travel slower than the speed of light. You can, just generally see them from the side when you can't with normal lasers. And they make explosions when they hit the ground. Like, it just doesn't make... So in going about this problem, I want to first find the speed of the light in the liquid. We can easily find that by taking 30 centimeters, or 30 times 10 to the power of negative 2 meters, and dividing that by the amount of time that it takes for the light to travel through that liquid, which is 1.38 nanoseconds, or 1.38 times 10 to the power of negative 9. From here, if we remembered our exponents, we get a speed of 2.17 times 10 to the power of 8 meters per second. Now, in my opinion, one of the hardest parts of this problem is identifying that we need to use a proportion in this case, with the wavelength in the liquid over the wavelength in air, setting that equal to the velocity in the liquid over the velocity in the air. Solving for wavelength in the liquid, we get velocity in the liquid over velocity in the air times wavelength in the air. We already know what the wavelength in the air is, and we can assume that the speed in the air is equal to the speed in a vacuum, which is 3.0 times 10 to the power of 8 meters per second. Plugging in our velocity that we calculated earlier, we can find a wavelength of 459 nanometers. In the end, this is a simple proportional problem, and I don't expect too many people to struggle on this. In my opinion, the hardest part is just identifying that we need to create a proportion using the velocities and wavelengths of each given medium, and from that we can then find our answer. Anyway, that's all for me for now. Han shot first, and thanks for watching.